Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, everyone, depending on where you guys are at. Good morning to everyone. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. As you guys know, I was saying to you guys that I am going to be going live a lot more. So please make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications if you don't have that turned on already. There are a lot of things that we have to go through today. There has been some rumors about Porsha Williams potentially being arrested, and we're going to get into that. There's also been a few other things that has come up with the whole Nicki and Cardi B. I'm actually pretty embarrassed that things have gotten that low between them. That is very, very odd to me. Um, and we are also going to show you some Love and Marriage Huntsville, a little bit of Love and Marriage Huntsville news. Not so much, as just something about Melody and LaBerrick, so we're going to get into that. But yeah, please hit that like button, everyone. Hi Tony, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. It's come up to the middle of the week. So I hope everyone is at least getting through the hump day. I think that's what people call it. I feel like so much is happening with the whole Nicki and Cardi business that I'm just like, at this point, you lot better get ready and fight it out or keep quiet, because I'm over it now. I am completely over it. I am tired of it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm just like, everybody just needs to chill, relax. Let's all just woosah. Because things are getting unnecessarily crazy, if you ask me. I feel like I miss when people get into all these beef. Like, you might as well just put it in the music. Put it in the music. Let's get into it. Let everybody be vibing with the music. That is what I'm on. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Okay, so I see a few of you guys are in here. Maybe I'll do more good morning lives for you guys. Um, all right, so let's start it up. Let's start it up. Let's start it with Cardi B and Nicki, because I'm just like, let's talk about them, because we did talk about them last night. And then there has been a lot of updates since then. So let's just begin with the Nicki and the Cardi of it all. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now. I feel like you guys should be able to see my screen now. Okay. All right. So, first of all, shout out to No Chaser TV, because we cite our sources over here. All right. So it begins. At culture, you a roach and a monkey like your sister. Oh, oh, that done escalated. So Nikki says, Barney B and Culture Vulture. Oh my gosh. Culture Vulture. Now, here is the thing. Am I the only one that thinks that Nicki is actually basically saying that she steals other people's culture? Or am I the one being slow and not understanding that she's talking about culture as in her daughter? Let me know, guys, because unless maybe I'm wrong, and you lot know, if you guys call me out and tell me I'm wrong, if I feel like I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If not, it's just my opinion. But when she says culture vulture, doesn't that mean that like you're trying to steal somebody's culture? Or because I just don't understand how that necessarily leads to talking about the daughter. Or do I think, is the daughter's name Culture? I believe the daughter's name is Culture. But then Culture Vulture, is that more about like stealing people's culture, or is she talking about the kid? Because I just don't understand why anybody would be calling a child a vulture. So let me know what you lot think, because I can't be the only one thinking she's actually calling her out for the culture. Let me know. Do you think that Nicki is coming after the daughter, or saying that Cardi is a culture vulture? What do you lot think? Okay. Culture. Do you think it's about Cardi? Do you think it's about culture as a kid? Okay, I see somebody said Cardi. Okay, so someone thinks it's about Cardi. Who thinks it's about the child? Who thinks it's about the child? Let me know in the chat. Do you think it's about the child? Do you think it's about her as a person, i.e., you're stealing other people's culture and profiting off it? Just let me know what you lot think. Is it Cardi? So far I've only seen Cardi. I guess the question is, could it be about the child? So let me know what you think. Culture, is it the child? Is it Cardi? Yeah. Okay, so I see, let me see in the chat. I see someone says the child. Okay, so it sounds like it's a child. It could be a child thing or a Cardi thing. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Culture, you a roach and a monkey like your sister. Huh? Okay, this is hella crazy. Okay. I feel like that escalated. Culture, you a roach and a monkey like your sister. What sister? And who's a roach? Because you can't be talking about a kid being a roach. That is never ever acceptable. So I do not know what is going on here, but I do not like it. B, you wish you could call my daughter ugly. Culture is beautiful, and you know that. This is true. Culture is a beautiful girl. Your hate is so deep and dark and nasty because your son is nonverbal, because you effed with him with them drugs. So you're jealous of everybody's kids and their happiness. B, where the F you at? Stop talking. Oh my gosh. Trying to call me out to fight because I'm pregnant AF. You never have that energy when I see you in person. I seen you at 2 Met Galas and you never have that energy. But where the F are you at? My nigga is outside right now. Where the F you all at? Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drugs down. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drugs down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she is such an obsessed and dark spirited eating. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Drop the addy right now and don't go tagging the feds and the police like you did 3 months ago. UPSBSTFU. You guys know I don't be cursing, so this is just too much for me. And then Barney B had the whole label fly out to Cali to beg me to do a joint tour and album with her. I don't. Oh, 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 oh. Not the receipt queen. I don't want to have to drop that recorded call. Whoa. So they were basically trying to get her to do a joint album with Cardi. That's the thing. I feel like the disrespect is too much. It's too far gone. There is no way that Nicki would be doing that album. I'm just saying. That's why all the sabotage on my talk. Drop the receipts, dumb B. You costing them millions with your $4 album and $5 coupon. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. That escalated quickly. She's so stupid. Find me B. Remember y'all called cops on us last time? Made them tell us we had to leave New York because you and your man was afraid for y'all's lives? This is what I mean. Remember, I said to y'all yesterday, I feel like there's so much that happens behind the scenes that we are not privy to. And it sounds like the disrespect is loud in private, but then in public, people come out to pretend like they are innocent. And so I can completely understand how sometimes it just gets to the point where you're just like, mm-mm. However, I will never tolerate people talking about other people's kids. I just think like that is hella crazy. That is out of order. Leave the kids out of this. This is extremely petty. People need to chill. So now drop the receipts. Oh, did I say the H word? Is that a curse word? Barney B, you'll be eating out of the garbage cans of the Bronx in the name of leave my God out of this, please. Leave Jesus out of this mess, because Jesus did not ask to be part of this nonsense. Please and thank you. They need to chill the F out. I need people, whoever knows them, whoever is in their camps, need to go tell them, like, you lot need to chill. If you guys want to go at it in the booth, right? Let you release your music with your penmanship. Nicki, you release your music with your penmanship. Let the pens do the talking. This is just where I'm at. Let the pens do the talking, because it's like extremely escalated, that like it's getting to the point where people and kids are being called roaches. Now, Tommy says Cardi used to call Black women roaches and their kids too. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. To call anybody's children roach, to call any woman. I remember the Black woman comment. I didn't realize that she also did that with the kids. If that's the case, then it's like, I guess she's getting a taste of her own medicine. Sorry, y'all. I had to drink some water. But yeah, it's definitely given calling Black women roaches and calling kids roaches. That is out of order. Everybody needs to be in timeout. I'm gonna need the people to step in and collect everybody's phones. Okay? Everybody, just bring out your phones. No more using phones. Please and thank you. No more using phones. Let's not do all of that. Like, come off social media, please and thank you. It's just too much. Hey, Kathy. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Everyone, please hit that like button. The likes are still not matching the amount of people in the chat. I know it's easy to forget to hit that like button, but please and thank you. We need them views, honey. We need them views, especially now, like I'm transitioning into more self-employment. Your girl needs the coins, honey. I need the coins. So please hit that like button. Okay. All right. So them Nicki and Cardi, everybody, whoever is dealing with them, whoever is their friends, I'm gonna need y'all to pull them to the side. Pull them to the side and be like, baby, let me talk to you. Please. And thank you. Please stop going on social media. Please stop talking about it. Talk about it in your music. That's it. That's it, right? So I feel like that needs to be said, because it's just getting too much. Okay. So let's move on to let me see the comments first. Someone said, this is ridiculous on both ends. Leave the children out of it. Absolutely agree. Leave the kids out of it. This is too much. It's unnecessary. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, leave the wonderful, beautiful kids out of this nonsense, please. And then someone said, child, I wish I had the money. I would be on vacation. Rich folks beefing is funny. They make too much money to be doing all that. Cardi's in a better space. Her album dropped. She's in love again. And Prego, she shouldn't even engage with Nicki on those levels. Petty. Caddy mentioned Nicki's songs first because she didn't sell as many albums as Nicki. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. I don't even want to know who mentioned who first. Like, I just need them to leave them children alone. Let the children be focused on their lives. Let the children be living their rich lives, because regardless of who those kids are, those kids have wealthy parents. So let them just live their healthy, wealthy life in peace without all of this drama. Anyway, so I want to play you guys a clip. And so I'm going to share my screen. Let me just give it a little bit of a refresh. Let's pause this. Let me share this. Okay, so to give you guys some context, there have been rumors about Porsha allegedly being arrested. Right? Now, like I said, or like I'm about to say, I don't know for a fact whether this happened. I am just shocked to hear this. And I've also heard conflicting stories about it. So what I'm going to do is play this for you guys. But like I said, this is pretty much, this is a clip gotten from Reality with the King. And you will hear Claudia say what Claudia's going to say.
Atlanta.
What?
Porsha Williams got arrested.
Here is the thing. Allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. I'm gonna just put that alleged. You guys, everything I say is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Okay? I don't know for a fact. Porsha has not confirmed this. Nobody reputable, well, unless you want to classify Claudia as being reputable, has confirmed this. This is just what the streets are saying. Okay, so let's play this.
What?
What? It's
exactly. Dustin's face was my face when I found out this morning. I was like, wait, what? Is this true? Where is this coming from? And then I started to think, is it a little bit suspicious that it is Claudia that is finding out this alleged incident? Right? Because we know Claudia does not see it for Porsha. This is just my opinion. I don't think she'd be seeing it for Porsha. So it's like, what are we doing? Okay.
It's not as bad as it sounds. So before everybody goes crazy, she was driving, arrested yesterday. She was driving 78 and a 55. Why were they, 78 ain't, on a suspended license.
I'm just like, where are you getting this information from? So when I first heard this, I was like, okay, at least it's nothing that serious. It's like no one got hurt. If that is true, it is about a speeding charge and a suspended. Like, it doesn't sound that serious. It's not a DUI. It's nothing that can be like, that life altering, right? So that was the first thing. I was like, okay, I'm glad it's nothing that serious to begin with. But then Dustin and Carlos's face was my face, because I'm like, where did you find this out? And who told you? And then the other part of me is like, okay, but Claudia was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, even though it was for just one season. And could it be that she knows quite a few people that are supposedly friends with Porsha? Like, these are the questions that I found myself asking, because I was like, okay, does she know any of these people? Like, what is that about, right? And so that kind of got me to the point where I started to like query a little bit, like, okay, does she have some sort of inside source that is covering this? Or like, how did she find out? And I was hoping she would clarify and give us a little bit more information as to how she found this out. Well, I'll keep playing.
Okay.
Wait. Back up. Claudia, Jordan, you have the breaking news. So please let us know in a very clear and succinct way what is going on.
According
to what happened?
According to CBS 42, officer.
Who is CBS 42? because I don't recall or hear about them as sort of, I don't want to put this out there. I have no idea. All I'm saying is they're not a very famous, or at least not in my space. I've never really come across them before, as far as I know. So it's a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit like, could I really trust this particular source? So yeah, it is a little bit odd, I'll be honest. And at the same time, I'm like, why is it Claudia bringing this to the forefront? Okay.
There's a rest. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's another one. Hold on. That's another one. Hold on. That's another one. That's something else. A speeding violation on on a suspended license. Porsha Williams said she was suspended. Her license was suspended. Driving on a suspended license. Driving 78 miles per hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. Arrested yesterday. So that's the breaking news that just came out. So it's not that juicy.
Oh, are you disappointed? Did you want it to be juicier? Like, I'm asking for a friend, because she's like, it's not that juicy. Like, okay, girl, it's not that juicy yet. You brought it to the forefront. Okay. I guess leave something to be desired.
It's not, she's not stealing. I mean,
well, I'm glad she's not stealing. Like, okay, Claudia.
Who hasn't driven 78 in a 55?
Right.
Okay. That I will give that to her. It's like, okay, girl.
Hour zone. I mean, I kind of think they were probably being paid. I think I think if she didn't have a suspended license, allegedly, that would have just been like a $120 ticket. So
her mother.
Yeah, because I was a little bit like shocked about like, are they now giving tickets for like speeding? But when she talks about suspended license, I guess that adds another nuanced element. It's not that juicy, it's hilarious. Yes, like I was just like, okay, girl, like, do you want it to be juicy? Like, were you hoping that like she just has like a new movie out, doesn't she? So it's like, were you expecting things to be like, I don't know, crazy? Like, it's not that juicy. Like, that is weird to me. I'm like, okay, girl, if it was not that juicy, why did you bring it over here?
Looks about to be cute.
It's gonna be pretty.
Period. Okay, all right. If she decided to have one or ended up having one, she gonna be cute, honey. Fair enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Legal notes. Yes, Nathan J. Legal notes. It just came out.
The legal note. Okay, so but Claudia, is she home? Did she give?
Tell the people, is she home? This is a good question, Carlos. I'm not even gonna lie. Carlos is like, is she home? And Loki, I'm like, okay, if what you're saying is to be believed, and I don't for 1 second, I don't know. Anything is possible, but I'm not sure. And I'll share why I'm not sure this is true in a second. I'm not too sure about the validity of this, and I will explain that in a second.
I think she is. I think she's already out. Okay. I don't know. Because I think this happened yesterday, but we just got the news. So she must be out.
You're supposed to drive a Rolls Royce fast. It's called a Rolls Royce. You're supposed to roll in that motherfucker.
Period. Like, especially if you have a car like that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have a Rolls Royce yet, but okay, I probably should not admit to nothing.
That's what you're supposed to drive it. Shit.
Once
I am not admitting to nothing, honey. Nothing.
So I got into luxury vehicles, like high performance vehicles like that. Mm-hmm. I have a Bentley, okay?
Yeah.
And the breaking news. Did you see the breaking news that just happened?
Okay. All right, Miss Claudia. Okay. Now, here is the reason why I don't believe it. Yep. Clock it. This is why I don't believe it. I feel like Porsha is currently in her bag. Okay, when you go on her page, Porsha is in her baggity bag. Okay, just on the 22nd of September. Now, I'm not saying like things couldn't have happened between then and now. On the 22nd of September, she was like talking about her drama that she's doing and stuff, right? granted, she hasn't posted in a while, but I don't necessarily think that that has anything to do with whatever this is. In all fairness, Cynthia did say that stuff is happening with Porsha, but I don't get the impression like, yo, it's an arrest. I just think like maybe the girls are giving her a run for her money, right? At the, in the new season, right? So people like Kelly and Shamia are probably coming for that aid, right? That's how I think about it, as opposed to like, yo, she done been clacked up and, locked up and stuff. So I don't really necessarily believe that. The other reason why I low-key don't believe that is coming from Claudia. Not to say that Claudia is a hater. Well, let's just say she does not come across as somebody who likes Porsha, okay? I feel like she does not see it for Porsha at all. I don't know what Porsha ever did to her, but that's not the point. Whatever it is that was done, she does not like Miss Porsha Williams, in my opinion. So I feel like if it's coming from her, it's like, girl, where is it coming from? Can we believe that this is someone who wants, Porsha's, who is looking out for Porsha's best interest? These are the questions that I have, because I'm just thinking like, something ain't adding up. Something ain't clean in the buttermilk, honey. And then I was minding my business on my way to the gym, and then I saw that Bingeworthy posted a video. And if you guys know Bingeworthy, shout out to Bingeworthy. If you guys watch Bingeworthy, you would know that he definitely knows people in the ATL streets, in my opinion. Okay. And so I feel like he is more of a credible source than whoever else is talking about this. This is my personal opinion. I feel like he probably knows people that know Porsha and can tell him if it's fake or not. Now, he didn't go ahead to say that, but he just said that is fake news. So on the one hand, we have Claudia, who has shown herself to be somewhat of a hater towards Porsha. She does not see it for Porsha at all. And then on the other hand, we have Bingeworthy, who is around the housewives, who tends to have all of the tea about a lot of different things. So if you put that side by side, who am I more inclined to believe? Bingeworthy. I don't know who you all believe, but I would say I'm leaning more towards this did not happen. Although it is a little bit odd that Porsha hasn't posted recently because, that's not necessarily her style. Let me just go have a quick look and see if she's posted anything on her story. Now, it looks like she posted something on her story 10 hours ago. So, but then I also understand that she may just have a social media manager posting on her behalf. So let me know if you all believe it. I don't believe it. Tommy doesn't believe it. AA doesn't believe it. So yeah, you lot just let me know. Believe it, you don't believe it, what you all think in the chat. Okay, so let's move on to let's do the Melody and LaBerrick. So I don't want to share my, because this picture got sent to me via WhatsApp. Let me see if I can go on there and get it myself. Because low-key, I'm just like, I don't want to be showing people like my private messages. LaBerrick? What's his okay, I think it's 1B 2R 1B 2R. LaBerrick Williams. Okay. So LaBerrick posted this picture of he and his son. Oh, Law is so cute. I'm not gonna lie. Law is so cute. So he posted little late, but National Sunday 2025. Let me just remove this. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please hit that like button, please and thank you. So the hashtag them William boys, and then Melody put "Aw." So I think it's clearly obvious that there is still, you know, I wouldn't say, of course, I won't necessarily think like LaBerrick and Melody are hanging out, no, but I feel like, remember, they hung out sort of like as a family with the kids hanging out. Maybe that is still going on in the background, who knows. But I just love seeing Law and his dad. I don't know where things are with like the whole, you know how Destiny and LaBerrick are always going back and forth. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't think we have an update on that, at least not for now. But it's just very interesting just to see, like, you know, they're still sort of in, I guess, in conversations. I am trying to give me a second. That was I'm trying to give me a second. I'm trying to see if there is an update on some of the stories that we covered. Okay, so let me share this. Let me share this tab instead. So I know we talked about Diddy a little bit yesterday. So I just want to go back into that. So the judge rejects Diddy's bid for acquittal on prostitution charges after he claimed he was just an amateur porn maker. Now, first of all, I don't know. I feel like Diddy's team has been listening to the YouTubers. This is my opinion. I may be wrong. Allegedly. Let's just put allegedly, right? I say that because I can almost bet, like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I can almost bet Queen Sheba was talking at some point and was wondering whether they were using sort of like porn, he was doing like porn and stuff. Maybe I should say corn, because I don't know if YouTube is going to like, you know, cause that. And I wonder if that is what, oh, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Okay. So it looks like Diddy's last attempt to dodge his convictions did not work. A federal judge in New York officially denied Sean Diddy Combs' motion for acquittal or for a new trial on his 2 prostitution transportation convictions. According to court documents, prosecutors argue that there was overwhelming evidence against him, including testimony from Cassie, another ex identified as Jane, and multiple escorts. The jury also saw hundreds of text messages and emails. The judge agreed the government proved its case times over. Yup. Because the judge knows what the law is and is not thinking about things from an emotive aspect the way the jury were. This is just my personal opinion. Then, so I'm still reading. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk, by the way. Forgot to mention them. Diddy's legal team tried to get creative, arguing that he wasn't running a prostitution ring, but was basically an amateur pornographer, filming consensual sexual acts. Queen Sheba called it. They even claimed it was his First Amendment right to record. Ain't that a thing? But the court wasn't buying it, saying the Mann Act, which makes it a crime to move people across state lines for prostitution, was clearly applied. The defense said any shocking evidence from trial unfairly prejudiced the judge. Sorry, let me read that again. The defense said any shocking evidence from trial unfairly prejudiced the jury, but the judge said it wouldn't have changed the outcome either way. Now, Diddy's sentencing is set for Friday in Manhattan, and he faces up to 20 years. Okay? You can tell that Diddy and his team, this is my personal opinion, I feel like Diddy and his team are a bit concerned, or very concerned, about whether the judge is going to use him as a scapegoat because he was able to get an acquittal on the other allegations, right? So I do feel like he is definitely worried about it, especially because prosecution is pushing for the maximum time that he can get for both offenses. And the fact that the judge did not allow for him to be released straight away based on that, and his family were in court allegedly celebrating, right? Like, of course, I understand being happy because, you know, he's not going down for RICO and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But he's still been found guilty of prostitution, right? 2 counts of prostitution. And so it sounds like he is now trying to circumvent and like get around being sentenced for that long. Because of course, how old is he? Imagine in 20 years, he's not going to be relevant anymore. Life, he's not going to be able to have access to the kind of life that he wants to have access to, that he would love to continue to have access to. So of course, they're going to think about any and everything they can use to get out of that long term, or, you know, having that long-term sentencing, right? So I'm not surprised that now they're saying he's an amateur corn maker. I guess that would also explain certain video footage and stuff like that. It's interesting how that argument is being used after the fact as opposed to in court. Because then, if you're saying that you are a corn maker and you're then also threatening your employees with releasing certain tapes, allegedly. So it's like, I'm sure that was not an argument that he could have really pushed during the hearing, but now he's trying to use that for sentencing. That's the thing with sentencing, right? With sentencing, people pull out all the stops, whatever it is they can try to argue. It's like, even when it doesn't make sense, they're like, well, let's just try it. It's like a Hail Mary. That's what they call them. Like a Hail Mary, where you're just like anything to try to avoid getting this long sentence. And I think that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Now, let's see what the people are saying. Someone said, Diddy, you're staying there. Go back to your bed and get ready for tomorrow. Ain't breakfast at like 5 a.m. I don't even want to play it, but someone said, who chose the song? I'm going to have to listen to this afterwards when I'm off this live, because I need to see what song it is. Let me see what the people are saying on there. Someone said, first time I've ever heard that job title. I know. They are literally just staring up Ish. So now he does OnlyFans. Okay. It's giving OnlyFans. Looking like he's about to get the book thrown at him. That is exactly what it's looking like. Diddy will be granted time served on Friday. I guess he is trying to put it out there. Too much energy for this and not enough on those files. How about we deal with both of them? I hate when people say things like that, because it's like, yeah, Epstein, I get it. We're talking about Diddy right now. So you go talk about Epstein, and you can talk about it in there, but still, can we focus on the topic at hand? Right? Like, yes, okay, they have energy for this. Yes, okay, cool. Does he deserve the energy? These are the questions that y'all need to be talking about, not comparing it to Epstein every single time, every single opportunity that you do get. Someone said, if it wasn't for the jury's verdict, the judge would clearly keep Diddy locked until Judgment Day. That made me laugh. But would he be wrong? Someone said, I like this judge, hold him accountable. Absolutely. Right? Like, you did the crime, do the time. Right? Especially when it's clear that you've done some crazy, outlandish, illegal things, but got away with it. It's like this is the opportunity for justice to be served in some way. Okay, let's see if there's anything new. Yeah, so Cardi opened a new restaurant. Yeah, saw that. I don't think there's anything interesting enough to talk about. Oh, do you guys know Kai? Bless him. He looks good. He looks good. Like he's cut his hair, he cut his locks, and he looks pretty good. He looks really good. Bless him. It's funny how change of hairstyle could change how you look completely. Like cutting your hair, you'd be out here looking like a completely different person. But it does look good on him. Okay, let's play this. This is like a little bit. I saw this the other day and I thought, focus on this guy's message for a second. And also, I saw the reaction of Cam during this moment, and I just thought this would be fun for us to like go through together.
Before my wife came into my life, I was the boy. I've had my fair share of women doing whatever I want, boom, boom, having fun, whatever.
Before I even get into that for a second, please see this comment. Somebody said, wisdom is chasing Cam, but he runs faster. Shout out to the Nigerian proverbs, honey. These men are trying their best to help him. They really are. But this is the thing. You can't help someone who does not want to be helped. And that's the thing I need people to understand. You're pouring so much energy into this man who does not want to be helped. When he's ready, until then, that man does not want to be helped. That's just the reality.
I learned very earlier on, bro, like that I had the power in that. So I was never the type of man that just wanted to share myself with a bunch of women. I always felt like I was a man of value, and always seen that once you connect with somebody on that intimate level like that, it changes the circumstances of things. And that didn't always work out well for me. So a part of my change and evolution was for me realizing that that's a part of my power. You know what I'm saying? I can't just get that out to bomb. I can't just get that out to anybody. And this is just coming in the game because I always felt like what made me step out of the game with that, of just knowing of like, bro, they gonna always be there. A lot of things in my life I call forth on. I pray about it and I call it forth. So it's not like just a shock. You know what I mean? So I started positioning myself even when I was with the mother of my children and me and her just, you know what I mean? I'm pulling up at a house 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, seeing my kids sleep. That dynamic wasn't healthy for me, dog. So I realized I'm like.
You see, that is a man that has introspection. He is going back and thinking about, what does that look like? Right? I'm leaving my house. I'm going to baby mama's house. I'm staying up, coming in the middle of the night. Is this what I want for my life? And I feel like that needs to be highlighted a lot. I think sometimes people forget. People forget the implication of having kids in different homes, going from here to here. You know, you don't want to be with the baby mama, but you're over there every night, right? Leading her on, leading your children on, because now your children are seeing the dynamic. Daddy comes through in the middle of the night. Booty call. And then daddy leaves before we wake up, or daddy stays a little bit and then he goes, because daddy's only there for the goods, right? That is not a healthy situation. Guys, please hit that like button. You guys have heard it. Please hit that like button. Thank you so much. All right, let's go.
You can't do this. So she was the first change to that in terms of recognizing the power that I have by retaining. You see what I'm saying? By keeping that. You feel me? Because now I got to say so in the power to be able to say, yes, I want to do it. And not you just shake in my face. And then now I feel like, now I'm turned up. It's like, nah, I got the power to decide, like to see that and say that it's beautiful.
I'm going to just pause that there. I have the power to see that and say that that is beautiful, right? But still say no, right? Nobody is saying that you're going to be blind. Nobody is saying you're going to be blind you know, because you have a man or whatever, or you have a woman, nobody's saying you're blind to other attractive people in the world. Of course, your eyes still work. Of course, it still works. However, you need to have the discipline to be able to say, this is not for me. You need to have the discipline to say, this is not for me. This is, nope, this is not for me. I choose myself. And I think what is always so shocking to me is a lot of people stay in situations that don't necessarily serve them. And then they keep saying like, yeah, but you know, if he wanted to leave me, let him leave me. Honey, you don't need to be someone's dumping ground. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you it's over. If this is not serving you, if you need to have the discipline and love yourself well enough to be like, do you know what? This ain't for me. Yes, he's good looking, but he ain't for me. Yes, she is fine as hell. But I don't want to be that person that is just over there coming over in the middle of the night, doing all of that, and then carrying on with my day. I don't want to be that person. I want to respect myself enough. I want to respect my mind, my body, my health enough to not be out here coming through, you know, or running through baby mama when I want to build something different, right? And so I just think, I don't think Cam is necessarily being honest with himself about what he wants. And two, I don't think he has the desire or the discipline to really go after what it is that he says he wants.
And to decide to say that now I don't want to indulge in that. So in terms of being in a marriage, for me, like I told myself, I'm going to take that serious. I don't play with marriage.
Clock it. If you're going to get married, then you can't be out here. You have to take it seriously. Period. This is the mindset we need young men to have. We need to start getting that mindset. I'm tired of seeing grown boys. I'm tired of seeing people constantly saying nonsense, like when it comes to like relationships and dating. I'm tired of that. It's good to see someone who has a decent, healthy mindset. A lot of people would say, oh, you know, it's impossible. Men just cheat. Now you're hearing it from a man. He's talking about no matter what, he has the discipline to say no.
I'm not that type of guy I don't play with. You know what I'm saying? I'm very intentional when I do something, dog. You feel me? So I'm like,
Did you see Cam's face? Cam's face looks like he is shocked. Cam looks like, what is this ninja saying? That he being faithful? What? How?
If we're going to get married, we're going to do this, we locking in. So that's how I hold out on the temptation, bro. I respect mine no matter where I go. Like, you know.
Ain't that a word? I respect mine no matter where I go. That is the mindset that everybody in marriages should have. I respect mine no matter where I go. That is what Martell Holt should have been thinking about when he was married. You got to respect what you're in. If not, don't be in it. If you don't want to respect it, then don't be in a marriage. But the annoying thing is these people know fully well they have no intentions of respecting the marriage or whatever it is. They don't want to respect it, but yet they want the benefits that come with being married. You want someone that takes care of you, that is always there for you, someone to service you, all that stuff. You want all those benefits, but you don't want to be faithful. You don't want to be respectful. You don't want to provide. You don't want to treat her well. You don't want to be faithful. And then you expect that, oh, things are all going to be going well. Of course not. Like, this is why I'm like, people be slow. Absolutely slow. It's like you are doing the opposite of what it is you say that you want out of life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so obviously before my wife came into my life, I was the boy. I've had my fair share of women doing whatever I want.
I think we already read that. And someone said, and that's why his locks are thick and even his skin is so clear. Hallelujah. I'm gonna like this one because That's a word. Look at that skin. Look at him looking so healthy. Look at he and his wife. They both look good. You can tell like there is love there. They take care of themselves. Like, it's crazy how a man just saying what he should be saying, doing what he should be doing, is something that we are bigging up so much, because stereotypically a lot of the men around are not doing these things. A lot of the men around don't respect women. A lot of the men around don't be doing a lot of these things, don't know how to be faithful to their spouses. So now when we get an opportunity and we see a man that is faithful to his wife, we're like, ooh, amazing man. And I'm like, as much as it's good that we're doing that and bigging him up, so that hopefully, and making this a conversation so that hopefully more men will see this and know that this is the standard. But at the same time, it's like, I hope we get to the point one day where being faithful is the barest minimum, where doing what you're supposed to do is the barest minimum. Hopefully, one day. Someone said, we are witnessing a grown man talk to a grown boy. Unfortunately, he's talking to a brick wall. Can be zoning out with these conversations. I think he does too. I think he does. This man has God's love written all over it. Spoken like a real man. Love to see it. This is the kind of man you want your man to be around. Men with discipline and self-respect that honor their wife. Absolutely. I know sometimes people are like, oh, you can't be friends with, or who you're friends with doesn't matter. I beg to differ. I feel like when your man is around good, healthy people, that challenges his mindset as well. Not saying, is also going to be like, oh, just chilling and whatnot, but that challenges his mindset. That doesn't mean he's going to change overnight or whatever, but that challenges his mindset. Being around people who have sense. If you're around a lot of friends and you lot don't have sense, then you yourself don't have sense. Because why are you friends with those kind of people? Right? It just doesn't make any sense. So I would be curious to know who Ace Hood surrounds himself with. I bet he has other respectable friends who do not step out on their wives, who absolutely respect the sanctity of marriage. Let me see if there's anything else that is interesting here. Yep, more of this. Absolutely, more of this. More of this in our community. More of this where we can really focus on, it's like more of that, please. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Did you guys also see or hear that Tyrese is facing charges after the dog attacked somebody in Atlanta? Let me share this. So apparently Tyrese is under fire after his dog allegedly escaped from his mansion and killed a neighbor's 5-year-old dog. First of all, I'm so sorry to the neighbor. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace. It's absolutely so sad, especially because a lot of people see their dogs and their pets as part of their families. So I can only imagine how the neighbor is feeling, and also to go through such a gruesome, horrific, death. Let me say on a live in, because I don't know if YouTube is gonna like it. Is very, very horrible. That shouldn't happen to any dog and anything. The tragic incident has led to the issuance of an arrest warrant and raising mounting questions about pet ownership, responsibility, and accountability. Authorities say Tyrese has been warned about his dogs roaming the neighborhood months before. Now the neighbors and officials are demanding justice, while Tyrese says he's heartbroken and working to make things right. Honestly, I'm so sorry that this happened. I really hope that, first of all, what is likely that will happen is the dog may have to be put down. That's so I'm sure Tyrese is also going through that as well. But I think like people need to be a lot more careful about their animals. You need to be careful about your pets, you know, like you are the one in charge of it. You need to make sure that like if your pets are outside, you're outside with them, right? Like you're monitoring them. And I just think it's very, very important that like we need to be very careful. Like that is a life that was lost, right? And imagine that was a child. Like imagine how much outcry, you know, outroar, you know, uproar rather would come out of that happening. So I just hope that that is resolved. Yeah, ASAP, really. I don't know if that's him talking. Let me play this so you guys can see it.
Actor Tyrese Gibson is on the...
No, it's not him. It's someone just recounting this. Someone said that's super irresponsible. Had that been a mother on an infant or child that they could have lost their lives to, those are not small dogs. Exactly. And this is the thing. I think sometimes people think, oh, dogs are all sweet and stuff, but not all dogs are all sweet. Sometimes the dogs ain't sweet. Sometimes the dog is not sweet. And then what happens with that? What if someone gets hurt? What if a child gets hurt? What if someone's mother gets hurt? You know, it's bad enough that a dog got hurt, right? So I just think like pets, people need to be a lot more mindful of their pets. I've heard stories of like certain dogs attacking people. And you know, it's sad because it's like you don't want to get to the point where you're like living in fear of a dog, right? But at the same time, it's like people just need to man your animals, watch your pets, have them with you. You know, the same way you're not going to leave a kid at home, don't leave your pets at home on, you know, unmanned. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Because now also make sure the security is tight, right? The pet should not be able to just roam around the streets without anybody. You know, if whatever it is, like if your door is not secure enough, make it secure. If you had a kid at home, you will make sure that things are done properly, right? So it feels a little bit like, it feels pretty much negligent, to be completely honest. Now, am I saying that, you know, these things can't happen to anybody? It is possible, but it does feel negligent. And so I really hope that like that is resolved. And yeah, my heart goes out to the person who was the owner of the dog that passed away. And also the community, because like imagine now people are living in fear of like taking their dogs for a walk because they don't know what dog may attack them or their dog, right? So yeah, I just think people just need to be more responsible. Your pet is your pet. Nobody needs to be subjected to your pet. So you need to make sure whatever you do with your pets, whatever it is that you're doing, you are thinking about the society as a whole. Like people cannot be living in fear of your pets, for goodness sakes, just because, you know, you like your pet and you know your pet is good. But how does your pet behave to other people's pets, you know? So anyway, enough of the pet talk. I am tired of talking about pets. All right, guys, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. You lot have heard from Tommy. She is telling y'all to hit that like button. So please hit that like button. Smash it, smack it, whatever. Just hit that like button, please, and thank you. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more live. So if anything comes out that is interesting enough, don't be surprised if I go on live again to talk about it today. So make sure you turn on all your notifications so you know every single time that I go live. Also, shout out to my members as well. We have like some really nice things planned for you guys this week. So if you're not yet a member, please join to become a member. It's $2.99 at the moment. So yeah, make sure you join to become a member. Let me just have a quick read through the chat. Sarah is saying Porsha's news is fake news. Yeah, girl, that's what I'm feeling like too. And maybe Sarah joined a little bit later, so she's catching up. Claudia is obsessed with Porsha, was quick to spread fake news only to find out it was false. Clock it. Clock it. If I were Claudia, I would be so embarrassed, low-key, because it's like, you know how obvious it is. Like, it's one thing for people to think you don't like Porsha, but now it's like people can legitimately see that you do not see it for the girl at all. And it's like you're so quick to run out to talk about Miss Porsha, right? So I'm not surprised that, like, you know, people are a little bit like, people are not seeing it for Miss Claudia Jordan. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like there has to be a balance. Like, it's not every time, low key, it's not every time, like, say something about someone you don't like. Like, sometimes maybe just wait to verify it, because you already know people know you don't like this person. So you rushing to talk about it when, like, no major outlets have confirmed it is not looking good, bro. On that note, thank you guys for hanging with me. I hope you guys are enjoying your Wednesday. And don't be surprised if I come back out to hang with you guys on Wednesday. Maybe this time around, maybe I'm going to bring me a cocktail or a mocktail so we can kick it together. But yeah, thank you all. Don't forget to like again. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay? And if you haven't subscribed already, guys, what are you doing? Support your girl. Like I said, you know, I'm now in my self-employed bag, so, you know, support your girl. Don't worry, this is not the only thing I'm doing, but still support your girl, honey, because, you know, your girl needs them coins. So, but yeah, on that note, thank you so much for hanging with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure you guys are probably, some of y'all are at work. I hope, like, let me whisper, I hope work is going okay. You know, don't get in trouble at work. Don't get in trouble at work. Don't have these people wondering, like, what are you listening to? But yeah. Anyways, thank you, my lovelies. Have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you guys in a bit. Thank you. Bye. Hit that like button. Don't forget, hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button. Also, if you're catching the replay, thank you so much, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, bye guys. Talk to you later. Bye.